Hello farmers and welcome back to Western Australia where spring has arrived. All the snow is gone. I have turned off the option for snow to accumulate during the winter because as you guys are saying, there's no snow in Western Australia, so it will probably still snow in the wintertime, but it won't accumulate at all. I had to speed up time last month just to get rid of the snow that was on the ground so I could finish picking up the grass in our grass field. I didn't make a bale with it, I just skipped all the grass inside the baler. So that's what I did last month. No contracts came up, but now with spring here, I have advanced through the day just a tiny bit, and I have taken on 2 fertilizing contracts. I didn't even see how much they were paying. I just said, ooh, contracts I can do, accept. So we are fertilizing the field right behind the sheep pasture. So that will be the first field. Now, I don't even know where the other field is. So while the John Deere 6230 is fertilizing those fields, I decided to grab our apple and strawberry juice because September is supposed to be about the best month to sell this. We're not going to get a whole lot here. We're going to get maybe like 16 grand worth of juice. But we are going to sell that, bring a little bit of money because we are going to be spending a lot of money here today. Going to be taking out another loan. Got to buy a field, and we're going to start getting ready for the sugarcane planting. Yeah, sugarcane's got to go in because this is the year we got to get our sugar production up and going. That way we can start making some other material in our production building. As someone has mentioned, though, our greenhouse is not producing enough strawberries to keep the production building going, as we do know that. In the future, I think we will have more greenhouses, but as we just try to get the ball rolling here, for now, we're just going to have the one greenhouse. Alright, so all this product should be sold here. I had to highlight it because I didn't remember which one was Corgi Station or Corgi Sell Point. Just want to make sure I brought it to the right place. There we go. So yeah, like 12, 13, about 13 grand worth of juice was brought on down. Nothing for sale in the store that catches my eye, so I'm going to spin right back around. And, oh, you know what? Maybe I should stay down here. I'm trying to figure out if I want to lease or buy the planters I'm going to use for putting in the sugarcane. You know what? I don't really need this back at the farm currently, so we're just going to go ahead and park it down here. And hopefully if I pick up the planter, I can put it on the front 3-point linkage and lifts it off the ground. I don't think it's going to be a trail behind. I mean, I could put it on the trailer. I could do that. But let's leave it here. Alright, we're going to teleport, I guess, to the 6230. You can see we're fertilizing that field here into the Massey Ferguson. Actually, you know what? Let's jump into the Massey Ferguson. And we're going to drive over to the field that we're going to buy. And it's the one I originally was looking at as the next field. Not the canola field, the one I was like, oh, this field would be good because it's right next to the grass field. And then they planted cotton in it. Well, guess what? They planted cotton again. So, yeah, we're probably just going to go ahead and, of course, get rid of the cotton because we want sugar cane. I probably could come right in here with our planter and it will get rid of the cotton, but I think we'll plow it up and do it that way. So, this is the field here. As for crop rotation, so last year it was cotton and this year is cotton. But I don't know if it's going to count because it's not going to be harvested. So if I go to crop rotation, so cotton is what was harvested last year and sugarcane is what I want to put into it. I don't remember what it was 2 years before that. Maybe once I buy the field I can find out so we can figure it out. But if I scroll through here, it doesn't really seem to matter too much what the previous crop was to the cotton because the expected yield is going to be at 100%. There's one, I think if it was follow 105%, and I think that's the best it can be. It doesn't matter what it's going to be. Sugarcane is going to be 100% no matter what. So anywho, let's go in here and we'll move on over. Farmland, and we are going to get the field at a reduction of 7.1%. So 334,000 is what we need for money. I got 100,000. I think we'll borrow another 300 grand because I do need to buy a couple of things throughout the season. Of course, we're doing some fertilizing contracts I can pay back on a loan as we go. which I love about this system. So let's go into the bank and say we need to take out a loan. I could take out another 960,000, but like I said, we just want another 300,000. Years to pay. If I go to 5 years again, that's another 5,000 per month, and that's on top of the other 5,000 per month for the other loan. I think that's fine. Take loan. Just get it over with. We'll be fine. We'll find a way to get the money if not, because we can do contracts up to the end of year 2, which is coming quick at this point. But let's go back into here and farmland. Yep, we're going to go ahead and buy this. Well, right now it's a cotton field. All right, so now it says, interesting. It says the last 2 harvests in the field were follow and follow. I don't think that's correct, but that's what it says it was. So what was that? What's that going to do to our sugarcane? It's going to bring up to 115%, which is pretty darn good. But we need to get rid of this cotton. But there's a couple things that we need to do. We need to take some soil sampling. Ooh, speaking of soil sampling, I wonder if this grass field, if I go to here, how's the grass field doing on sampling here? I mean, nitrogen's bad, we know that. Well, it doesn't say it's out of date, so let's go ahead and grab the soil sampler for the front, and we'll grab the plow for the back. I still got to take care of my hay bales out here. I left those there throughout the winter. But yeah, the silage bales are put away, and the grass field, of course, needs lime, and it needs fertilizer for the next cut, which is going to be a few months away. But the focus here for now is going to be get the sugarcane into the field. We'll probably have to take out another loan in the near future because we are going to need our sugar plant. And at some point, the TMR plant as well. So we can get ourselves some cows. Can we not? Am I not lined up enough? There we go. Alright, let's get this field in a lot better shape than what it is in. So I do have a modded planter. Ooh, that's really bumpy to there. You saw nothing. See, we're fine. We're upright. Yeah, I was on the mod hub in the sugarcane category looking for planters and such things like that, trying to see what we could use. Of course, we do have the planter that we're using on the hills of Tuscany. That will do sugarcane as well, but that one is pretty much for really fast planting. And I was like, you know what? I do want to use something different. Let me bring up the mini map here. Oh, I must have gone with the big working width for soil sampling. All right, so we're gonna get a little bit of our grass field here, but that's fine. I'm okay with that. Let's make sure I get as much as I can here. Soil sample. There we go. Let's drive forward. So this field, I don't know what to expect to get for yield for sugarcane. If you remember, or maybe just saw it now, the expected yield off this field should be like 114% with the soil that's on here. So with the crop rotation and precision farming, we should get a pretty darn good yield, I hope. I was actually thinking also, and we still may do it, I still may buy this canola field this year. But we'll have to wait and see. I definitely want to go ahead and make sure that we take care of our loans and that we got the sugarcane process all started and set. I should be all set to raise that up and then send these to be off to be analyzed. So currently, if we're in the field, expected yield is 75%. But just by getting the soil samples in, that's going to jump up. Actually, will it do it as I'm in the field? Should it show it directly once those samples come on in? As we wait, there they are. Well, expected yield now is 131%. Nitrogen says it's perfect. Crop rotation is perfect. pH value is bad, but yeah, we're getting rid of the cotton. Like I said, I think I can come right in here. The planter that we're going to use is a direct drill, so that's going to help us out with our precision farming, our overall score. But this farmer keeps wanting to have cotton in this field. I don't know if cotton is a crop of choice by Australians. Not that when I did the research, but now it's been a moment since I've done the research in Australia, and since I wasn't planning to do cotton, I don't think it was on the list of what Australians really grow. But, you know, I was happy with the sugar beet because I did see sugar beet on there along with sugarcane. And then a few of you said, well, sugarcane's more popular than sugar beet. It was like, you know what? We don't really get into the sugarcane. So let's go ahead and do some sugarcane, shall we? So this field, actually, it's big, but it's not that big. For the map, that is. It's still a pretty big, decent-sized field here. I do want to keep my eye, sorry, as I move along here on the contracts. So we're going to get 32,000 off. We're going to get paid roughly about 60 grand minus the fertilization. Where does field 9? I got to bring my tractor down there later on. Field 9. Oh, it's that one right there. Okay. I probably should top off with fertilizer just to make sure that, you know, we can get the whole field done, which we should be able to. As for the sheep, they are in the process of reproducing, even though we don't have a ram in the herd. So I think we'll go ahead and just buy one ram. Unless I did. I don't remember doing so. I don't remember buying a ram. Can I see from here? No, we just got 40 females. But they are reproducing, so in about a couple more months, we should almost double the amount of sheep that we currently have. And all we're really doing is just grabbing the wool and selling it straight up. We're not going to have a spinnery, fabric shop, none of that stuff. We're just going to let the sheep do its thing. I originally was not going to have sheep on this map, but then as you guys told me, you're in Australia, you got to have sheep. So we got sheep. We are going to have cows, and really the cows are there for the manure, and that is really to help us make some compost. But I'm actually surprised how much compost or organic compost that we're getting from the greenhouse, and also our production building is making compost, organic waste I should say, actually. So, you know, maybe I wouldn't have needed the cows, but then again, we only got one orchard and one greenhouse, and eventually we're going to have a total of 4 orchards, and I don't know how many greenhouses. It all depends on how it goes. And also in the future, as our production building is making juice and pickles and whatever else it makes, I'll probably have to put it on direct selling. And since we are running the production revamp mod, we will get 90% of what it's worth. So even though it sells it directly, yeah, we'll get 90%. So we're paying the trucker 10% to go ahead and deliver it. So I may go ahead and put this on a worker here in just a moment. And we will get set up to start probably putting down... Actually, well, I was going to say, actually, no, I probably should put down the lime. But since the 6230 has our spreader, it's going to be kind of hard to spread lime when we got those contracts going on. But also by plowing this field, it should not have any weeds in it this year. But I should try to spray it if I ever get the opportunity, just to get our score up a little bit more, so it doesn't hurt our overall score. Let me get around here, and then we'll set up a course for a worker. And we'll get the John Deere over to the next field, and then we'll go down to the store. Sugarcane should regrow for 3 years, if I remember correctly, so I think leasing the planter might be the way to go right off, because I may find something different in the future. Let me get ourselves a worker by doing this. Let's come over to here. Create job. And we want to do field work. We'll just say this is the starting position. Open up, and then we'll do 3 headlands. No overlap. Create course. And I've already done the first headland, but I should have it so it continues at the nearest wave point. So hopefully if I do this correctly, they should be roughly in the same spot. They may miss a few spots here and there, but you know what? Work is getting done and allow me to get some other stuff done. Yep, you are done here, I do believe. Let me go ahead and see if that contract actually completed. It did, so we can collect on that. Yeah, let's go top off. Yes, because we're right here. Let's go ahead and top off on the fertilizer. There we go. So I'll wait until the end of the month before I repay back any of the loans. That way I got money to spend out throughout the day if I need to. And really, you don't pay on the loan until midnight anyways, so no sense of rushing and getting the payment in. Oh, Twister, you're in the road. Get out of the road, dude. That's our quote-unquote sheepdog. Not really keeping the eye on the sheep, but oh well, it's fun to role play a little bit here and there. Yeah, it shouldn't take too long to get these fertilizing contracts done. And since it's springtime, I'm kind of hoping that all the other farmers start planting their crops. And they start saying, hey, we could use some fertilizer. Why don't you come on down here and fertilize this field and that field. Try to do as many as I can. Actually, it does say year number 3. Okay. I just realized it said year number 3 up there when I said year number 2. I keep thinking to the end of the season. Alright. Yeah. I thought I had until the end of December. I think we will go to the end of December just to make it better for us. So, because that's the way I thought I had it planned anyways. So, yeah, once again, plans don't always go as intended. All right, we'll put you there. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. Let's try that again. All right, and then open course. 2 headlands, no overlap. Create course. Didn't expect it to take it that long, but it did. There we go, and now you're off. Now we're going to jump into the case, and what we're going to do is go in here. Now, it took me a second to find it because this planter does a few things. I think I got to go into potato technology because originally it's a potato planter, but you can see it does sugarcane, potato, and poplar. It does do no previous cultivating or plowing necessary. So that means it's a direct drill, which is kind of what we need. Ooh, we can do it in black, but we're just leasing it, so it doesn't matter. It is expensive for a 6-meter wide direct drill, but you get what you pay for, basically. Leasing it's going to cost us... Ow, that's kind of... All right, $6,600. All right, well, we're leasing it. It'll probably take us longer than an hour to get this done. Now, I'm kind of hoping, but I don't think it's going to lift up off the ground because it does have wheels on the back. Alright, I'll have to come back down and grab it. So let me go back. I'll bring this trailer back, park that up, come back down with the case. That gives our Massey Ferguson a little bit more time to get that field plowed anyways. I think it's starting to set in for me just a little bit with the end of the year coming up. Technically it's already here, as we just found out, meaning the end of year 2, but now we're going to December because that's what I thought it would go to. But yeah, I need to do all the contracts I can, starting to think about how much more I need to really get going on the farm just so the farm can start making its own money. Not being able to have contracts around to do so is going to be kind of rough, especially when they're paying out as good as they are, and we're just going to be selling juice and pickles and things like that, and also some wool. But yeah, hopefully all these contracts come through. I still got to lease harvesters. I got to harvest my canola, which we don't have a harvester. You know, all those kind of expenses that we got coming up. It's going to be rough, I think. Rougher than I thought it would be. Yeah, I am rolling by here. I don't want to forget. So let's jump out. We're just going to quickly buy a ram. So, alright. So we got this dude right here. He looks like a prime candidate. Let's make him a happy fella. There we go. Alright, so now we got a ram somewhere. Somewhere in the group. Oh yeah, and someone did mention that with the expandable pastures mod, it adds to the total of how many sheep there is. Adds to the number of sheep that can go into a pen. So originally the pen alone, without the extensions, holds 500 sheep, but we put down, I think, 5 extensions. That way, that's why it can hold 550. So hopefully you guys can produce a whole bunch of wool in the future. Or even now, at this point. So, just like on Hills of Tuscany, we got the similar planter. I think it would be called a planter, I'm not too sure. Where you can either fill up with potatoes or seed, and seed is a lot cheaper. Yeah, we're going to fill up with some seed here, if it gives us the option. Okay, well, potatoes we don't need, so seed it is. I don't know how much seed I need for sugarcane. Have no idea. Oh, I probably had a pallet of seed over there. Ooh, okay, that was, oh, it holds 16,000 liters of seed? I don't know if I need that much. Alright, let's get over here and see how our Massey Ferguson is getting along. And really, I didn't need to plow the field, but we're doing it just to be more realistic about it. So sugarcane should be good for 3 harvests, so I shouldn't really have to touch this field for like another 3 years for planting. And then what else we can figure out that time is this field going to be enough to... Is that actually putting in sugarcane? Because it looks like it's... I don't remember what sugarcane looks like when you plant it, because I don't do it enough. Well, it does say sugarcane and growing. Expected yield, not the greatest. Well, we'll put it in. The field does need lime. Why isn't it showing the lime there? Or fertilizer. Crop rotation perfect. Interesting. It's not showing the lime and fertilizing state of the field if it's in good condition or not. Well, we'll go around and plant this, and we'll figure it out as we go along here. And this may take a while to get done, but at least it'll be into the ground, and the crop will start growing. This is the first month that sugarcane can go into the ground in Australia, apparently, in September. The beacons we don't need anymore, thank you. So we'll take care of the grass field and the sugarcane field with the 6230 and the spreader. I'll probably do the lime first. Looks like it's going through the seed at a good rate, but since this holds 16,000 liters, we might get a whole bunch of the field done. Yeah, I'm really going to start looking at my finances now for the end of the year, start thinking, because the way we're going to harvest the sugarcane is with a forage harvester and a cutter, so I'll probably have to lease that because I'm not going to have the money to be able to buy that. At least I don't think so. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. So right now, I got about $10,000 every month in loan payments. I think it's like 5 or 6, almost 6,000 per loan. And we got 2 of those loans. And then all the equipment and stuff that we got to purchase moving forward. I really don't expect to be making any money for the next few months other than doing contracts because we don't have many silage bales, but that price is going to be decreasing until, you know, beginning of next season. Because we don't sell those until June/July. And then we got the wool, which we don't have a whole lot of, but I think the best price might actually be now. But we don't have a whole lot of it. And we're making very little strawberry and apple juice, which the apples are regrown because it is springtime. The strawberries are always growing. And yeah, the greenhouse is making all the products that it can and selling it, but we're nickel and diming the greenhouse on that. But they are turned on because any little profit I can take at this point, I will take it. Yeah, this is definitely going to take me a while to get planted. But that's okay, because I really don't have... I mean, I just got the grass field and this field to take care of. Our canola field is just waiting for harvest, which is still a ways off. Actually, I forgot. When is canola... When do we harvest canola? Not until January, so we got a while. We'll probably just sell that direct, because I don't have a silo to put everything into yet. The silo is going to cost us, I think, $300,000 to $400,000. I could just put down one of Omatana's silos for 10 grand and put a temporary silo on the farm. But I think I talked about this before. You know, the silo, yes, will cost like 10 grand, but the canola price won't be the best at that time. And if I do buy the silo and put the canola into it, then sell the canola at the best time, I don't think I'm going to get my $10,000 back on the silo. So I can sell the canola, and yeah, I don't want the... I mean, I'll sell the canola, and then, yeah, I'll get money back on the silo as well, but I think it pretty much is going to even out in price anyway, so we'll just sell the canola straight up at that time. So I haven't even done a headland yet. And I'm already 40% through the seed that I had. Now, like I said, sugarcane should regrow for a total of 3 harvests. So I shouldn't have to replant this field for a couple of years. So it's not like I got to replant it again next year and the year after that. It should be good for 3 harvests. And I really haven't done sugarcane myself. Why is it leaving loads of seed in the ground like that? That is weird. Yeah, I haven't done sugarcane myself since No Man's Land. And that was probably back in January of 2022. Somewhere around there, I'm going to assume. But this is going to be expensive planting this field. There's no variable seed rate for sugarcane, apparently. Am I going to have enough money to even plant this field? Because I think it was like, what, 17 grand in seed I paid for? Contract and field number 9 is complete. Let's stop spending my fertilizer. And we'll collect on that contract. Maybe some more have come up. Nope. Collect. Alright, and we'll just get this off the field now. So I'm up to 104, which sounds great, but I think I'm going to burn through a lot of that putting in this seed in the field. Not much space in between these fields, but you can park right there for now. And we'll continue on putting in the sugarcane. Okay, no variable speed rate for variable seed rate, not speed rate, seed rate for sugarcane. Sugarcane grown, expected yield 79%. It doesn't say if the fertilizer is good or if the lime is good. Wait, did we not send this? I thought I sent the soil samples in. Alright, hang on a second. I thought I sent the soil samples in. Are they still in the sampler? Where is my sampler? I thought it was still on the front of the tractor. Alright. I think I got it all set. Yeah, I was in the wrong red tractor. The soil sampler was on the Massey Ferguson. Yeah, I think what happened is because I put the Massey Ferguson on a course play worker for the plow, and the soil sampler was still on the front unfolded. It was taking soil samples as it went around. So I tried to take some samples myself, send them in, and nothing changed. So I exited the game, came back in, took the samples myself, and now I think we're back to being all set. I think I had to pay for the samples again, but now we can see the pH value and everything is back showing on the field. I think all the fields are shown. No soil samples have been taken. All right, we can see everything now. All right, so if I go into the sugarcane part, nitrogen's okay. So yeah, we're not over fertilized, we're under fertilized, and yield expected is now 123. Okay, so we just need a whole bunch of lime and some fertilizer. Alright, so I did take the soil sampler off the Massey Ferguson. That's now over by the little pond over there. So now I can get back to doing what I was doing before, which is planting sugarcane. I did, though, while I was in the Massey Ferguson waiting for soil samples before, going around cleaning up the little spots that the plow had missed with the cotton. So the field is going to be pretty much bare once they get done. Actually, I may go ahead and, because I don't want the plow accidentally removing any sugarcane I'm putting in. So I may go around and finish this up here in just a second. Let's get the second headland done. Oh, I reloaded the game. I wonder if any more contracts came up, because that usually happens. $10,000? I mean, you know, we'll take it. I'll probably make like 5,000 off of it, but 5,000 is 5,000. I may need it for the amount of seed I'm going through with the sugarcane. Now, the only thing I would like to try to do, but I don't think it's going to show me because I don't have enough money, is how much it's going to cost me to lease a forage harvester for harvesting this field at the end of the season. So if I go into the store, and I don't care, any forage harvester will do. Let's just go to this one. If I hit lease, oh wow, that's gonna be a kick in the crotch. All right. I mean, we're looking at one particular forage harvester, but at least I know it's gonna be at least 20 grand to harvest one field. Yeah, I thought we were doing good on the contracts, which we may be doing fine. You know, time will tell. Just, I need a lot of fertilizing contracts to come in for the end of the year. And end of the technical year itself, not in the farming year. So the sugar production plant is 100 grand. I don't know how much a TMR production is. The orchards are not that big of a problem. They're like 10 grand a piece. I forgot how much the greenhouse was. I don't think that was expensive either. But it's going to be... Then, of course, I do need a harvester and a header for our one canola field. So I may have to put on hold buying the field behind us. Alright, I don't want this guy, this worker, to accidentally start plowing up our sugarcane. So, it's just a little bit left here. Yeah, so don't leave your soil sampler on your tractor that you got a course plate worker going in, because they will take soil samples as they go along. Although it did not show soil samples in the sampler, but when I took samples and sent them in, nothing happened. I even waited like 5-10 minutes. I'm like, okay, I think we'll have to exit the game, come back in. I took the samples again, sent the 3 samples off, in a matter of like 10 seconds, it was taken care of. But now I'm just kind of concerned of how much money I'm going through for sugarcane seed. But the expected yield is going to look very, very good. Now, the one thing I didn't do the math on it, and we all know I don't do the math on production buildings too much. And we've had a few productions that were not profitable at all. In fact, we were losing money on some production buildings. We all remember probably the meat production building on East Vineland, where we were taking pigs to be taken care of and selling as meat and pork. And, well, just, yeah, we were losing money. Losing money. It would have been better if I just sold the pigs straight up. We did the horses as well. That didn't really work out too well for us. So I'm kind of hoping that once we get the sugar production going and we start making pickles and the apricot juice and all that kind of stuff, that it is profitable. Only time will tell. I probably will go over the hour on leasing this. But not much you can do about it. You gotta get the crop into the ground. Now, of course, in the future, if we need a bigger sugarcane field, I probably wouldn't use this machine right here. I mean, this machine is doing great for what it, you know, it does what it says it will do. But being a 6 meter wide, yeah, it's just going to take me a while to get this done. But this will be something I do in between episodes. Next episode, though, we'll be back in this field and the grass field. And we'll be spreading some lime down and some fertilizer. Hopefully more contracts will keep pouring on in. Because, yeah, wow, we need a whole bunch. I'm trying to think if it would be, you know, best for us if I were to save up the money by doing the contracts and buying, like, the forage harvester and the header to do the sugarcane as soon as possible. Because if it's going to be $25,000 just to lease the forage harvester, through the years that's going to add up, and eventually I am going to have to buy one, because Hudson's definitely going to want one for the farm from what we're doing here. Yeah, we'll just have to see how the money goes throughout. I mean, I would like to get the loans paid off as well by doing the contracts, but wow. I got $600,000 in loans right now, and we're talking about $500,000 probably for the forage harvester and the header. So that's what was that, $17,000 a seed got me. Almost 3 headlands. But I mean, I guess the good thing is, of course, every time you do a headland, the field is getting smaller and smaller on the radius, so you can go a little bit further with what you have. I wonder if I can fill this up while it's unfolded. And we're not going to have as many silage bales as we had in the past for next season, because now that we got the sheep over there, we got to make hay. The sheep are taking up some of the grass field. And of course we got to do some of the grass into hay. Yeah, this hurts a little bit. Actually, it hurts quite a bit. So 14,399 for seed. And I'm probably going to fill up a few more times. I may be down to about 50,000 by the time I finish seeding this field. But I got to keep telling myself, sugarcane's good for 3 harvests. So for 3 years, I'm not going to have to replant this field. As long as I keep the soil sampler away from everything for now, we should be okay on the field itself. Where was I? Right over here. So I'll probably be at this for like another hour or so. But I'll probably throw in some tunes for myself. And I'll get this done. And, you know, maybe we'll start next episode and I'll finish this up. And hopefully some more contracts come in. I probably should stay away. Well, you know, if the sales, you know, I should keep my eye on the sales. If a forage harvester does come up for sale. But does that have to be a particular one? That is the question I don't know. If I go to headers, this is the header that we have to use. Wait, where is it? For sugarcane and poplar. What is the difference between these? Oh, because it says for sugarcane and poplar, but one is, that's sugarcane, that's poplar, and that is for all types. But we need this one right here. The header is 120,000, and it goes with the crone. I wonder if it's compatible with other ones. I may have to test that on a map here. See if I can, because I mean, we could get something like this. The Jaguar 960. If that header attaches to it and it works, I mean, we're talking 380 compared to the 515. That would be huge. I don't know. We could also, like I said, you could use the root crop harvester from Mark Thor. But, yeah, we're going to do it with the forage harvester because I think that looks a little bit more realistic in that sense. But anywho, that's where we are. We're at springtime in year number 3 now. But we will do the contracts until the end of December, the end of the year. And hopefully that is enough to get us by. We have taken another loan, but we did buy this field. Got the soil sampling done, sugarcane going in. We just need to take care of it with lime and fertilizer so we get the best possible yield that we can get. And yeah, just keep doing the contracts because, yeah, I need like $1 million by the end of December. That's not going to happen, but you never know with the contracts. We'll see what comes up. But anyways, if you made it this far in the video and you like what you saw, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Helps out the channel more than you know. Keep those likes coming. And if you haven't already, maybe think about hitting that subscribe button as well. But that is where we're going to wrap it up for today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. And I'll catch you again right here in Western Australia. But until then, have a good one.